Today we're going to talk about public speaking. Yeah, if you're like a lot of people, that very thing brings up so much fear. Ooh, it's uncomfortable for a lot of us to have to speak in front of others, especially strangers. Wow. Yep. I've definitely suffered massive trauma from this type of thing. I was so shy when I was younger. I'd go red and start sweating, and the fear of what if I say the wrong thing? What if everybody laughs? And I'd be shaking so much inside that I'd feel like I could literally just burst apart. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And as more of us are like doing medicine work now, doing healing work now, doing group work, there always comes that moment, the sharing circle. You know what I'm talking about. They're passing the stick, you're in a circle, your turn is coming. And if you're anything like I used to be, you do not hear a word anybody else is saying, because all you can hear and feel is this boom, 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 your own heart trying to escape from your chest as you're feeling the sweat and the redness and the shaking just happening. And it gets to your turn, and it's horrible, horrible. But don't fear, there are ways to overcome this, and that's what I'm going to talk about now today. I'm going to give you some tips and advice of how to navigate a sharing circle and public speaking. So the first thing is ground. It's really about just grounding that crazy energy that's all building up here down into your root chakra. And you do this primarily with your breath. The first thing, as soon as you start to feel that tightness come in and that tension, the first thing you do is breathe in through your nose. Already the energy is dropping down. You're breathing deeply, deep into your belly, relaxing the shoulders. Sit with that stillness. I highly recommend this in life in general. Just remember to take a nice, deep, cleansing, nourishing breath. And once you've connected to your breath, you've connected to that stillness, you've become present. You're really bringing your consciousness out of the, oh my God, I've got to say something, what do I do wrong, blah, 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 into, I'm not speaking right now. Right now, I am breathing. So when you become present, tune into what is happening. Other people are speaking. And so ask your intention. I want to be able to hear what these people are saying. I want to hear their story. So connect with your breath and connect to the thought of, I am listening. I'm deeply listening. And you won't be focused now on your turn. Just a way to get through this actually is to trust that when you speak, it's coming from your higher place. You don't have to preempt the thought. You don't have to pre-plan what you're going to say, because this is a sharing circle. This isn't a lecture. You don't need notes. You're just going to speak from your heart, and your heart knows what it's going to say. So give yourself full permission to know what you're going to say, when you're going to say it, and until then you don't need to think about it. So we can just let that go for a start and return to the listening. So because you don't have to plan anything, you don't need to use your brain for anything other than listening and breathing. And also another little tip, get your hands, place them on the floor, on good old Mother Earth. And then just call in that energy through your hands, that nice grounding energy. You can think of a nice red coloured energy just coming up through your hands, just grounding you. And you can also place one hand on your heart and one hand on your tummy. And again, just asking for grounding, ask to be steadied. Another good one is to imagine roots growing out of your bum, the backs of your legs, if you're seated, if you're standing, out of your feet. Just these big roots, like a tree, just grounding you. And again, breathing with this visualization of being grounded, being safe, being strong. And then as you're listening to the other people speaking and it comes to your turn, when it's your turn, don't rush to speak. If they're passing a talking stick, then get your talking stick and just close your eyes. Take a nice big grounding breath. And when you feel steady and still, connect to your heart and then just start to speak slowly, allowing whatever wants to come out. And if you start to panic, you can feel the energy rising. Stop and breathe. It's okay to take your time. In fact, it's good to take your time. There is no rush, especially in a sharing circle. It's about sharing, and sometimes sharing your stillness, sharing your presence, sharing your silence is good too. So remember these few tips: ground to the earth, use your intention, listen, breathe, connect to your heart, and just trust everything is perfect, everything is okay. And in sharing circles, we're not here to judge. You know, we're not here to judge each other, but mostly we're not here to judge ourselves. So just give yourself that little extra bit of permission to not judge yourself, to just be whoever you are, however you are, whenever you are, why ever you are. Just in that moment, just be, and it'll all be okay. If you enjoyed this video, please like, leave comments. If you have any suggestions of anything else you would like me to talk about, again, please leave a comment. And I wish you many blessings for the day. Aho!